Hey, true believers, Englentine here with a little, I don't know, discussion, I guess. It's me versus Bleeding Cool in this case, about Ta-Nehisi Coates. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if it's me versus Bleeding Cool, but Bleeding Cool came up with a 10 things we already know about Ta-Nehisi Coates, Captain America, and it seemed very much like it's saying, hey guys, I know you think it's going to be one way, but it probably won't, so you should check it out because it's going to be another way, I promise. And, you know, they basically say, no, Ta-Nehisi Coates, he's not going to be political at all. No, forget about it. They're going to ignore it. You know, it's kind of that thing. And just knowing Ta-Nehisi Coates, I can't see it. So I figured, okay, let's see if I disagree or agree with this whole Bleeding Cool thing. I'm going to go over their top 10 things that we already know about Captain America and talk about each one. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Number 10, it's not the fight you thought. The Free Comic Book Day issue may have teased what seemed to be a street battle between Hydra sympathizers and Antifa, but that does not happen in Captain America 1. Instead, it's mostly about the nukes we saw in there as well. Wow, Bleeding Cool, why don't we start with just being insincere right out of the gate? You use the words as well and mostly. Yeah, well, the thing that we said isn't in there is in there, but mostly it's not about it. It's about fighting the nukes. Nukes, of course, being the character. You know, he's got the flag paint on his face. Anyway, there is that confrontation there, and they even say as well. So it's about the nukes as well as what Ta-Nehisi Coates actually put in there, which was the confrontation that he's saying isn't in the book. It is all about collusion. What isn't about the nukes, who they are and why they all look like classic Captain America character nuke, is about Russia, how they dealt with Hydra on their doorstep, and how they are becoming a great power on the world stage. The Russian stuff is probably the highlight of the comic for me, reminiscent of Warren Ellis' use of history to tell a modern story. The first issue in this closer to Ed Brubaker's espionage mystique, and it makes a great location for Linil Yu to explore architecture, whether creating a sense of other. Russia may be in the news and its go-to reference point, but this is more the Russia of a Cold War fiction, or trying to be again. Truth to be told, we don't know how he's going to use Russia in it, whether it's the analogy for the Cold War or if he's going to use it as modern-day politics. We can, as I said before, we've been hit so many times, we're going to flinch when people are reaching for the salt. Gotta say, what's his name, Johnson here, is given the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say watch out for some Trump-Russia references. Number 3, do not expect any layered-on posturing. Despite some of people's fears, Captain America #1 is not a political polemic. Despite Ta-Nehisi Coates being a major political commentator, it is far less overtly political than either Wade's or Spencer's run on the character. Instead, there are more generalisms regarding Captain America, duty and danger, and a far more chilling conclusion regarding what people allow that you could apply to modern politics if you wish, or not, it's down to you. Yeah, it's always down to us, and here's the thing. We're more likely to see something that we disagree with than we agree with, because what we agree with is normal to us. So, if you are an identity politician, you're not really going to see anything wrong with identity politics. While if you're against it, you will. And same goes with Ta-Nehisi Coates' writing. People who agree with Ta-Nehisi Coates are just not going to see the politics of it. However, if you're like most people in the world, you're going to see a lot of problems. It also doesn't mention race at all. This is not the book that many people may have expected from such an outspoken individual on racial matters, but Coates has always been about challenging prejudice. This seems deliberate, creating a comic with the majority of the cast, frontline and background, as white. At least for the first issue, Captain America is as white as Black Panther is black, but as it stands, this is not noted in any way. Yeah, maybe I'm going to be a little guilty here because I'm going to say give it time. In all honesty, he's just that kind of writer. I would very much expect to see something about race sometime. However, he's right. In the first issue, you're not really getting anything racial. So, going based on only the Free Comic Book Day, he's correct. However, once again, I hope for the best, but I'm expecting the worst. The Russian connection goes to the X-Men. The first issue brings in Selene, the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club, a mutant life-draining vampire, and an ancient who lived through the time of Conan the Barbarian, as Ta-Nehisi Coates spreads his wings across the Marvel Universe. I always liked Selene. I think she's a good character. Telling me that Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to spread his wings across the Marvel Universe is a scary thought, but only because of what I've seen before. And, you know, repeating yourself over and over and expecting different is the sign of insanity, and I'm not insane yet. That being said, you know, comic books are going to use different characters, so there's no real comment here. You're going to see it the way you want to see it. The Captain gets some general knowledge. It's not the only character from across the Marvel Universe. General Ross is out of jail after his role in the Resistance in Secret Empire. Okay, so General Ross is a major or a minor character in the book. So, want a cookie? I mean, yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's not really saying anything about the book. We know any comic book is going to have a supporting cast of Marvel characters, so, there you go. While Struck gets struck out for the same reason, Von Strucker is also out. Fake news. There are some dangerous bedfellows out there. At this point, I'm thinking Rich is just embarrassing himself. Okay, there's going to be villains, and there's going to be heroes in this superhero comic book. I'm sorry, if you're going to tell me something, don't, you know, hey, we're having an X-Men comic, and here's 12 secret things that you don't know. Storm's going to be in it. No, okay, and that's what I'm kind of getting from this. Not so Secret Empire. The comic seems to ignore anything that may have happened in Mark Waid's run and seems far more a direct sequel to the events of Secret Empire. They throw in a months ago to help with the timeline, but even so, this comic could have a run as Captain America 695 without missing a beat. It suggests that this was the original plan, but deadlines and schedules got in the way. Marvel ignores the Mark Waid run, and so did readers. However, we didn't. We nominated Mark Waid for Worst Writing in Captain America, so that's got to be something, right? I mean, you know, he's recognized. At least there's that. We nominate him for the Gabby Awards, God-awful bad books of the year. I love that, by the way. God bless Gabby Rivera for being the worst writer I've ever seen in comic books. And Mark Waid, too, by the way. He's fallen far. Sharon Carter is still older and not happy about it. That time spent in Dimension Z has not been reversed, though the fact that it is being mentioned means it is still in the cards. Okay, now see, this is good information. It's viewable. You got something going on here. It's not, hey, look, this villain is here. It's just, you know, this is actually something to tell people like, hey, if you like the character Sharon Carter and you remember what happened to her, maybe you want to see her reversed. Now you're getting it, Rich. Now go back and rewrite those last 4 freaking things you noticed. And finally, it's out on the 4th of July or midnight of the 3rd of July if your retailer is participating in midnight releases alongside the release of Batman number 50 and Catwoman number 1, the Bat Wedding issues. When first announced, Ta-Nehisi, did he change his name there? Editors of Bleeding Cool? Coates' Captain America launch on 4th of July seemed like a big headliner and very pointed, but this may have been diluted by the Bat nuptials. Do ya think? Tell me this, and I want you to know in the comment section, along with whatever else you have to say, please tell me, what are you going to buy in order? Batman 50, Catwoman number 1, and Captain America number 1. Because let me tell you right there, that would be my list. Batman number 50 would be first, Catwoman, and Captain America might be under Squirrel Girl, but we'll find out. I'm just not excited for this because of Ta-Nehisi Coates. I have heard black intellectuals saying they don't like him, and here's the reason why, and I agree with them absolutely completely. He is a racist towards black people. He does not think black people have agency. Everything that's wrong with them is because of the white man, and everything that can happen to make things better for the black man has to be done by the white man. And I have seen that in the Black Panther as well. For cripe's sake, he's on a slave ship, or he was. I haven't read issue number 2 in his new comic book. So anyway, no, I'm not a big fan of Ta-Nehisi Coates, nor have I read any of his newer writing, so if he's changed his mind, please, you could tell me in the comments below as well what I've got wrong or what he's changed. Anyway, what do you think of these 10 things that we're going to get out of Captain America? What do you think about Ta-Nehisi Coates writing it? Do you expect good things, bad things, or just meh? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, you know the drill. Click like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Another thing, we are trying to make a living doing this, so if you don't mind helping out the channel for less than the price of a candy bar for a month, just $1, go over to Patreon, drop it in the till. You can help us out, help us make videos, help us keep the lights on over here. We certainly appreciate that, and we certainly appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.